Hey guys, I wanted to start growing sweet potatoes this year because I really love sweet potatoes, especially sweet potato fries, but I didn't know what I was going to do. So I looked up a couple of sites and found out how to grow sweet potatoes, and I really love the site From Seed to Spoon. It showed different times of the year and gave you all kinds of good advice for how to grow your sweet potatoes, including that you could grow your plants in these fabric bags. So I ordered a number of them from Amazon and they came immediately. I got 10 of the bags and they were pretty medium size, I think these are. And I went out and bought seeds and went on and planted around March 5th. Things started to grow within at least 2 or 3 weeks. I also purchased some plants that were kind of already sprouted just to see how they would work inside of the fabric bags. And I went on and started moving everything outside once I saw some growing going on. And the sweet potato was very slow to grow at first. Everything else was kind of blooming and sprouting out real green, real nice. And so I kept it all outside to get full sun. And sweet potato was really slow, but the leaves started to grow. I needed more advice on what to do because I didn't see the growth I thought I should. And I went to Self-Sufficient Me and learned, saw a video here on how to grow in a container. And I moved it to one of the bigger planters that I had, and it really started to take off. The leaves were so gorgeous as they were growing out on the vine. I was not very good at watering, so I ended up having a very small harvest and very small sweet potatoes at first. So after about 7 full months, I went on and decided to dig everything up because it started to get cold here in Maryland, and I was told that I should wait till the leaves started to change color and turn yellow, and they had started changing color at the end of the vine. So I wanted to go ahead and pull this, but there were two that were still growing, just growing in, and I'm going to repurpose those into some smaller containers and let them grow on the inside for as long as I can to see if I can keep those plants going all the way through the winter into spring of next year. But yeah, so this is me digging up the sweet potatoes. It was kind of disappointing to see how small they were after all that time, but this is just part of the learning process. So my first time, I know there's a lot of things that I could do differently, especially the watering piece, but I did enjoy pulling them up at the end of it all. Some of the things that I learned during the process was to be very patient, and when you're not seeing kind of the growth that others may have or that you may think you're supposed to have, you can really just do the basics and it will help your plants to grow. One of the things that Mark from Self-Sufficient Me was saying is that all of the extra things that you see people doing to get their plants to grow really huge and everything, you don't really need those things. Just sun and plenty of water, and if they were healthy seeds or healthy plant when you put them in the ground, then they will grow. And I really like that advice, and so I think I will probably be as organic as possible going forward and not using a lot of the extra chemicals or fertilizers to try to get the plants to grow. So another thing is to water. That was one of the things that I did not do very consistently, and it showed in some of the plants, and some of the other plants that I grew actually didn't make it. Did have some that did make it because they didn't need as much water, but that's something that I will definitely try to incorporate and make sure that I put the plants on a schedule the way they should be in order to get them to grow better. So this was the full harvest, and I think I might have found one more after all of that, but like I said, I'm going to repurpose the other two that are plants that are red here in the video and just keep them growing for as long as I can.
I see it, but I can't get to it.
So here's the day's sweet potato haul. Not the best, but for a first time, not bad. And you're probably wondering, what in the world can you do with those little tiny potatoes? But I actually, after cleaning them up a couple of times, I enjoyed a few of them just raw. They were really good. Sweet potato flavor and everything was all there. I actually do like sweet potatoes raw, so to have them in smaller little bite size was a nice snack and that I took advantage of. And then with some of the larger ones, I cleaned them up, peeled the skin, and I boiled them down and made a sweet potato mash that I had with another meal. So I did enjoy what I had. It was basically just a couple snacks and one meal worth of sweet potatoes, but I really enjoy the fact that I was able to grow these myself. It took a long time, so I definitely know that next time I do this, it will be so that I can grow a lot more that will, keep going for about a good 6 months at a time.